Yo, what's good, Shadow? Good to see you. First one in. Appreciate it. Yo, TC, TCE3. Kind of like that TCE3. That's a cool name. What's good, dog? What's good? Just having a few people trickle in. Good morning, everybody. Yo, what's up? You too. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a crazy chapter, y'all. I came in front. Came for this. This is an insane chapter. Am I coming in loud and clear for you guys? Let me know. Psychotic, good to see you, brother. Hope you doing all right. Sam here, or is it Sam here? Samir, how how we doing, guys? I coming in loud and clear for y'all. Just let me know. I always need that a okay. Guys, can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. I need to know. I'm not good at this technical stuff. I need to know. I'm all right, twin. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, psychotic. Appreciate it. You watch Bleach? I love Bleach. I love Bleach. I just don't know how to like get into it for like the channel, essentially. Bleach scaling is crazy. But no, I do love Bleach. Bleach is really good. I hear you. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you guys. I always need that confirmation. Yo. What's good, guys? What's good? What's good? I'm just trickling in. Yeah, what an insane start, bro. Like, there's so much in this chapter, man. Some agendas got, cooked, other agendas went up, I'm a little mix of both. I had a few agendas that got killed because of this chapter. I got a few agendas that went up this chapter. There's even Sabo slander in here if we're being real. There's even Sabo slander, if you can imagine it. You just have to look hard enough. You just have to look hard enough. Is Kaido a old Gabon victim? We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We will get into that. There is many things we gotta go cover. In fact, let me actually go to that chapter right now. Oh, the slander for Luffy. Damn right the slander for Luffy is gonna be crazy because man, I was proven right once again. Once again, proven right. I'm not trying to hear that, man. I'm not trying to hear that. Y'all, a lot of Luffy fans getting belt today. I just want to go to this one specific chapter. When Gabon first pulled up. What's good, Omar? Good to see you, Chief. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're about to get started. I just want to see. I'm just trying to get to the one chapter before they fight Gabon. Because there is a lot to break down. Like this was a dense chapter. How I put it like that. This was, in terms of scaling, this was a dense chapter. Extremely dense. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is it. All right. One Piece 1190. Bruh. if you're okay, how I put this, right? How I put this. So I'm gonna be real. I'm not about to just like hop on the bandwagon and be fake. Cause like Gabon has been an okay character for me for since his introduction. You know, like I think he was cool, but was I repping his agenda? No, because Gabon, the Gabon agenda and the Rayleigh agenda is just geriatric Zoro and Sanji agendas. You know, like that's all they are. That's all they are at the end of the day. What I always tell you guys, I do not rep the Straw Hats. I do not rep the Straw Hats, right? So I wasn't going for it. I was not going for I wasn't going for Gabon's agenda, and I'm still not. Oop, let me jump back over. I'm still not going for it. However, he's kind of saucy. Kind of saucy. Can't even front. Can't even front. He's kind of cooking in this chapter. Because pulling up on Emu is one thing, right? Pulling up on Emu is one thing. You know, he saves Luffy's life out here spinning his axes and stuff. Dodges an attack. That's crazy. Dodging an attack from Emu, old ass age, kind of nasty. Kind of nasty. Okay? You're a hideous sight, like nothing of this mortal world. Who art thou? One who knows the world. So this is really nice because this tells us right here that what they read, this secret that they read for the One Piece, like Gabon knows the truth, and Emu is trying to hide said truth. And it's I guess this is essentially Joy Boy's message, his final message, what they were laughing at when they first reached Laugh Tale. So this is really interesting dialogue to me, at least. You know, one who knows the world. Like Emu calls himself the world, but Gabon knows what the world really is, which is very, very interesting in terms of like what we're gonna find out later on in the story, like what the One Piece actually is. But this is mad disrespectful. So then he goes and says, "Yeah, man, I know the world," and immediately turns his back. This is crazy. Turning your back on fucking Emu is insane. This is kind of nutty. I'm not gonna front. This is kind of badass. This is kind of badass. What's good, Mason? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. I think Oda made so many characters he forgot about Dragon. Nah, Dragon fans just gotta be patient. That's really it. I feel like Oda had to upscale Gabon to be able to hurt Emu because he didn't want Shanks or Dragon to save Luffy. Entirely possible, but we're gonna get into the upscales. We're gonna get into the upscales, right? Right now, we gotta lecture Luffy, right? Right now, Oda put me in the chapter, right? Oda put me in the chapter. He literally I've been saying this for like what, a month and a half, 2 months now, guys. I've been saying this for a fat minute. I told y'all don't believe the hype. I told y'all Luffy always flubs up at the very beginning. I told y'all this. Oda put me in the chapter, man. He made me Gabon for a couple of pages. On your feet, Straw Hat Luffy. I'm disappointed in you. Aren't you ashamed at getting saved by an injured old man like me? Ugh. I've been telling y'all for a fat minute, bro. Tell y'all for a fat minute. Luffy needs to get his shit together. Oh no, man, you're underestimating the guy who beat Kaido. Oh man, no, he has Gear 5. What are you talking about? Oh man, he punched Emu in base. Just wait till Gear 5. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. And this man rightfully gets lectured. Your white form, Emperor of the Sea, don't get full of yourself. Hey, old man, let me go. Do you want to die here? No, I'm not gonna die. Yeah, let go. Gabon's throwing the book at him. He's throwing the book at him, and this gives me so much joy in my heart. So much joy. I've been telling y'all for a fat minute. You were a dead man walking. It's pathetic. What happens next after you're dead? I can't protect my friend's country. That's right. And what happens to the crew you brought all this way? Their lives are in danger. Correct. Now you listen closely. On this sea, the higher you rise, the more enemies you have. The King of the Pirates is a title for those whose death brings celebration, because everyone else wants to sit in that seat. If you're imagining you can be King of the Pirates with nothing but peace and sunshine and rainbows, save us all the trouble and go home. You're not cut out for this. Oh, now stay out of my way, brat. Yes, Gabon. Yes, Gabon. Like I told y'all, I thought Gabon was I thought he was a nice character. He's a cool character, but like he wasn't really moving me. Now Oda made me he put me in the chapter. He put my thoughts in the chapter. Yeah, man. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Gabon's kind of the GOAT. Gabon's kind of the GOAT. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Luffy needed this. He needed to get this lecture done. All right? He needed it. All right? And before, but let's also address things real quick, right? I've been seeing some Luffy fans who've been who've been trying to like spin this as a way to be like, oh, well, Luffy wasn't serious against Emu. We're not playing that game, guys. We're not playing that game. We saw how frustrated Luffy was getting when he wasn't able to hit Emu. We're not playing that game. We're not playing that game. Luffy was serious, all right? Luffy was serious when he was fighting Emu. That's not the point. That's not the point. This is a dangerous opponent. Luffy has to get his shit together and tap in. He's got to lock in even more now. This isn't someone you could just steamroll. All right? This isn't someone you could steamroll after eating a shit ton of food. No. Get your shit together, bro. He needed to hear this 100%. Luffy, so many times since he's been in the New World, has kind of dragged his feet against people he should 100% be able to box against or like flat out beat. Take like Punk Hazard. Y'all remember Punk Hazard? When Luffy got instantly KO'd by Caesar Clown of all fucking characters, right? That's a prime example, right? Prime example. And Luffy was kind of frustrating me this chapter too. I'm not gonna front. He's kind of frustrating me because Gabon's spitting game at him, right? He's telling him some facts that he needs to hear. And that man said, damn it, that stupid old man talking all that trash about me. I'll show you, nigga. He's trying to teach you. You're too busy being frustrated because he spit facts at your face. Nah, man. No. Let me read some comments. Old Gabon cried out, how on earth did Rayleigh say he would lose to Blackbeard? See, that's the thing. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, bro. I see you chat on crack already. Honestly, it would be hilarious if he finds out that most of the Straw Hats don't have hockey and completely choose them out. Like, it'd be crazy. That would be fun. I don't know if it will happen, but that would be fun. If he does better in round 2 than we play in that game, no, we're not. No, we're not playing that game, bro. We're not playing that game. But before we continue, I just want to say, did y'all peep the Sabo slander? Did y'all peep the Sabo slander? Or is it just me? Did y'all peep it? Did y'all find the Sabo slander in the chapter? Because I did. I sure as hell did. Because this man Luffy was dying, right? His vitality was getting drained from his body, right? By Emu's swords, right? Let me tell you this right now. If this nigga Sabo, if the next time we see Sabo's bitch ass, if he's not on a ship heading towards Elbath, that nigga could die, okay? Because this nigga has a fucking VV card of Luffy's, all right? Yeah, we're slandering Sabo. I don't give a fuck. We're slandering this bum. So this man has a VV card of Luffy, right? That he's gonna go to Luffy anytime he's in danger, right? Luffy's life force was literally being drained. So remember when Ace, his VV card was burning up because his life was like slowly burning out? Let me tell you something. If Sabo's ass is not on a ship sailing towards Elbath the next time we see him, this nigga will be slandered into oblivion again. Trust and believe. No. That would see, Sabo slander is everywhere if you have the eyes to see it. If you have the eyes to see it, guys. No. That bum, and I swear, man, I'm on his neck. I am foot on neck, bro. I do not care. That nigga better be on a ship to Elbaf next time we see him. Oh, I'll always be there whenever Luffy's in trouble. Okay, nigga. Next time I see you, you better be at Elbaf. You better be sailing towards Elbaf. Fuck are you talking about, nigga? No. Okay, get it back into it. Get back in. I had to throw in that slander. It was important. It was important for the chapter, guys. So Gabon starts using Mantis Axe style, which is really cool, actually. You know, I'm not gonna front. Like, I like seeing different blade styles. Like, you know, just different. Like, I mean, it's an axe, but let's be for real. All right, it's blades, guys. All right, this is kind of a sword style. I mean, if you want to call it an axe style, whatever. But like, I'm just like seeing like these different styles and using like a praying mantis as like your kind of like your style. That's really cool. All right. So here's something that's very interesting though, as we see Emu, right? So Emu's talking. He's like, "Yo, is this a joke to you?" He's like, you want to kill him, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, I do want to kill him." He's like, "Does he really remind you so much of Joy Boy?" So Gabon is playing a dangerous game. He's playing a dangerous game. He is rage baiting Emu, okay? And so he pulls out this sword, Honbami Toshiro, all right, and is able to get a hit in on Gabon. And this is a nasty blade, bro, because like the fact that it has a lag effect. Like if he hits you with it, then at any point in time he can trigger like another attack on your body. Oh, this is a crazy fucking blade. Like every time Emu whips out these blades, bro, it's nasty. It's nasty. Bro, not everyone can roam freely in the new world. That's not what Sabo said. That's not what Sabo said. I'm not trying to hear that. Sabo said he would be there anytime Luffy's in trouble. I'm not. No. No. We're not playing that game. We're not playing that game, bro. We're not playing that game. Sabo told him, what was it? Was it against Burgess? Was it against Burgess? Stop. No, not everyone can roam the world freely. No. We're not playing that game, guys. We're not playing that game. See, you triggered me. This is what you no. No. I know it's there. He said it at some point during the arc. He's like, "Yo, whenever Luffy's in trouble, I'll be there." I'm not trying to hear that shit. No. It's somewhere, but we don't got time for that right now. All right? But he did say that. No. I'm telling y'all right now, next time we see his ass, if he's not sailing towards Elbaf, right? Or at least if he's not like turning around because he sees like his VV card not like burning up, you know, no. Fuck that nigga, bro. So anyway, getting back into it, he goes in and lands his hit on Gabon. You know, Emu lands his hit on Gabon, right? The words of Joy Boy, but don't get twisted. We're not blindly obedient to some man from the past we've never met before. We just want to see our captain's dreams brought to light. Cough. This is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, because I was not a believer in the time limit. All right, because Emu has been moving crazy this entire time. Right? Emu has had no lag since he's gotten to Elbaf. Right? Outside of that initial cough when he first summoned himself with the summoning circle, that was it. But now he's coughing. Gabon hasn't landed a clean hit on him yet. All right? So this is confirmation that Emu is nerfed either via the summoning process for the battle he had with Loki or both. All right? Or both. Because he is coughing up now, right? Maybe spent like it's like the time limit theory could definitely be here, right? With the accumulation of, you know, him just being out of Mary Joa, and then he's going to fight Loki, right? And you know, he's expending energy, right? That's just a fact. This is definitely something that that is like, you know, it's here. Now we know, but look, no one has given like Emu any significant damage. Loki hasn't, Luffy hasn't, and currently at this point in the chapter, Gabon hasn't, right? So Emu is weakened, which is good. This is good. In my opinion, this is good because Emu is still a dominant force on the island, right? But now we know from this point onward, we have 110% confirmation he's not good right now. Like he's not at 100%. So anything that may happen in the next coming chapters is against weakened Emu, nerfed Emu. This is not 100% Emu. So this is good. This is good on Oda's part. I'm not mad at it. This is very, very good on Oda's part. It still makes Emu a very dominant force on the island, but there's a caveat, as many people have already discussed. Like I said, I wasn't particularly fond of the theory because, like, I didn't see Emu at all struggling. But it's now very apparent in this chapter that he's weakened. So this is good. This is a nerfed Emu. How are they beating him? Exactly. This is a nerfed Emu. So this is just a little sampler from Oda, right? Emu time stall gimmick, Holy Sanji upscale. We're gonna get into it, guys. We're gonna get into the upscales. We're gonna get into it. We're creeping up on the page. Okay. So we go in. Luffy's pissing me off, guys. All right. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get that old man for making fun of me. Heal. Get better. Just a moment is all I need. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy, guys. I'm not gonna front. This is crazy, okay? Because as we all know, Luffy's power, right? His power with the Nika fruit is like whatever he can imagine, right? So that means like this whole thing with heal, get better. That means if Luffy has the energy, he has an active healing factor. If he can imagine himself healing himself, he can heal mid-battle. To what degree? We don't know yet. It's not like a Wolverine thing where he could just go back to full health. I'm sure that's not what Oda's doing. But he's essentially just like, I guess, reducing the amount of damage he has, which is very cool. It's a very cool ability. Really cool ability. Because like the only other Yonko that we know of that can heal how about this? The only other top tier that we know of that can heal that's not like a Logia, right? Is Big Mom. And Big Mom uses souls to like mend some of her wounds. We saw that in the battle against Kid and Law. So that is very unique. It's very telling that Luffy is able to now heal himself. Apparently, he's not fully healed, as we can clearly see. I guess he's in the process, all right? Because he just says, "Just a moment is all I need." So he's trying to get back up, right? So this is a very, very cool ability. Tomb Force Chan, save us, Luffy. Like this is kind of Tomb Forcey. This is kind of Tomb Forcey. You're right, Fatima. This is kind of Tomb Forcey. I'm not gonna front. He did that against Kaido. No. He did not heal himself against Kaido. No. Chapter 1045. He did not heal himself against Kaido. Okay, he restarted himself. All right. He still had all his damage from before. He still has all his damage from before. He did not heal himself against Kaido. He burned out and forced himself back into Gear 5. There is a difference. There is a difference. He's not healing himself. Okay? He's still banged up. He still has damage. He did not heal himself. This is full-on healing factor. Full-on healing factor. It's a minor one, but it's still very important. There's a difference between just forcing yourself back into Gear 5 and then just straight up healing yourself from the damage. There is a difference. Okay? So getting back into it, the King of the Pirates, Gold D. Roger. I like that. He said that shit with the D. He's like, Gabon's kind of got aura right now. He's standing his ground. He's standing his ground like, that's my fucking captain, nigga. Like, you gonna know him, King of the Pirates, Gold D. Roger. And this is so nice because Emu immediately picks it up. He's like, why y'all calling this man D, bro? Stop it. Because remember, they changed his name to Gold Roger because they didn't want to spread the D. Pause. They didn't want to spread the D. Pause. But you know what I mean? They didn't want to spread the D Clan's name out. So they named him Gold Roger instead of Gold D Roger, which we know when Roger was having one of his final conversations with Whitebeard, you know, when they were drinking together. He's like, yo, my name's Gold D Roger, not Gold Roger. And he told Whitebeard the story, you know. And so Gabon's like, yo, I see the very man who turned this era into the, no, not Gabon. This is Emo. And it's funny because Emo's just like, oh, you're a subordinate of Roger, the guy who turned this place into an era of piracy. And why would the remnants of his crew protect Straw Hat Luffy? Because you're going out of your way to eliminate him. Is that not proof enough? Facts, big facts. He's like, if you're Mr. King of the world and you're trying to kill this little kid, bro, that tells us like you're here in person. You didn't say, you pulled up in person to kill this guy. That tells us right here, right? If even you see him as a threat, and Roger's words, someone will be born and eventually surpass us. We were just too early. Eventually, Luffy will surpass them, right? We'll go into it, right? So then you're telling us that this boy is the very man we've all been waiting for, all right? And then you got Rayleigh, you got fucking Crocus, you got bitch ass nigga, you got Odin, and then you have Whitebeard, all right? Like this is crazy. I mean, they're all waiting for Luffy. They're all waiting for Luffy. Again, Rayleigh, Crocus, bitch ass nigga, Odin, and Whitebeard. Like this is what they've all been building up towards. This is what they've all been building up towards. So this is really cool dialogue from Gabon. All right. 5 legends and Odin. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, slander Odin all you want. Like I said, like Crocus, Rayleigh, Scopper Gabon himself, bitch ass nigga, Odin, and Whitebeard. Right? So then here we go. All right, so Luffy is still focusing on trying to heal his wounds, right? Crocus in the panel is pissing some people off. Why? Why is Crocus being in the panel pissing people off, guys? What I don't understand, right, is like, how are you going to be mad at Gabon for reminiscing about his crewmates, right? First of all, 3 of these people in this panel actually know, like not counting Gabon. The three people he's reminiscing, Rayleigh, Crocus, and Odin were literally there. When they reached Laugh Tale, right? Like Gabon is literally saying, like, Luffy is the man we've been waiting for, as what we described, what was described in whatever it is in Laugh Tale that they saw. They like Roger's like, yo, we were too early. We aren't the chosen ones. Some dude in the future is gonna be it, right? Why is Crocus being here a bad thing? I genuinely don't understand that. That's to me. That's kind of it's kind of ridiculous. Like like he was there. How can you be mad at him as if he's not also a member of the Roger Pirates? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of fucked up to me. Like, come on, man. Like, why be mad at Crocus? Like y'all got like respect that nigga, bro. Just because we haven't seen him box anybody or anybody, he was Roger's doctor, for Christ's sake. All right, he's the one that helped Roger keep going so he can finish his dream. But yo, actually put some respect on Crocus's name, guys. All right, he helped with prolonging Roger's life. Roger was able to get to Laugh Tale because of all his crewmates. But there's like, he's literally his doctor. You know what I mean? Literally his doctor. Fuck are you talking about? Like, I feel like some people are really being stupid. Extremely stupid. What was it this one, right? Yeah, it was this chapter, right? We go to the final page of chapter 965. Right? And here we are. Here we are. Look, there's Crocus, nigga. There's Crocus. present before the like, right here. He's present, and they're about to go fight the Whitebeard pirates. You know what I mean? Like, why are we? Why is Crocus being here a problem? I don't understand that. That's fucking stupid. You know, like, some people need to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's actually kind of ridiculous. Anyway, getting back into it. Okay. So, Emu is about to snipe the fuck out of Luffy, which is hilarious. All right, Luffy's still struggling, still needing someone to stall for him because that's what Luffy has always needed. Luffy has always needed someone to stall for him. He's always needed to stall for him. So this is great. I love this. So, indeed, we have been foolish. Perhaps we have mistaken numerous mere coincidences for destiny. Let us end that now. No, you idiot. Wait. I kind of like this, right? I kind of like this. Because he's saying, oh, maybe these are all a bunch of coincidences, right? I'm sorry. This kind of goes back to Alabasta. You'll find out that some rubber crackhead defeated a warlord. They should have sent Kizaru on the spot. You find out that one of your warlords just got packed up by some random rubber dude. That should have been your biggest red flag. They should have said Kizaru immediately. Anyways, here we go. This is a big chapter. Okay. Sorry about this one, Jewel Triatum. It wasn't my intent to eat you. All right. So apparently Gabon sees it, he's like the mountain eater and all that. So when he uses these attacks, he considers it like he's eating, which is very interesting dialogue. The Sanji fans. Damn these creaky joints. It sucks getting old. Old jerk. I don't care if he's friends with Rayleigh. Luffy's pissing me off. I'm like, why is he so upset that he got thrown the book at him, right? Luffy is such a hard-headed ass little kid, bro. I'm sorry. There was nothing wrong with what Gabon said. So Emu's about to launch his attack, and then boom! Gate of God. Tough name. Gate of God? It's tough. It's really tough. And this is brand new. Right? All right, so we got to talk about the upscales. This upscales everybody. This upscales everyone who's relevant to the story, essentially. Now, like, no bullshit this does, right? No bullshit this does. Because this upscales, first of all, let's front and center, upscales all the old gen. All the old gen get upscaled, right? Roger gets upscaled from the grave. Rayleigh gets upscaled because he's relative to Gabon, I've seen people say, Gabon's stronger, Rayleigh's stronger. I think that they're on the same level, all right? And we're not getting into this debate, okay? I made a poll of it. Most people think that they're on the same ground with each other. I'm not. That's not the point of this discussion, right? This upscales Rayleigh because they're on the same level with each other, whether you like it or not. This upscales fucking Garp. That's for sure. This for damn sure upscales Garp. This upscales the nigga who's been boxing with Roger forever, right? This upscales Whitebeard, all right? This upscales Whitebeard. It upscales Whitebeard, potential Whitebeard, right? We all know Whitebeard was sick, and so he wasn't able to really use his max, right? Plus, Haki was still kind of being delved out in the beginning during Marineford. So, but this wood upscaled Whitebeard, okay? This upscale Sengoku, Roger flat out says, yo, you niggas should have brought Garp or Sengoku with you, right? I know a lot of people have smoke for Sengoku. I'm sorry. If Roger is co-signing him, that nigga's strong. He's strong. If Roger co-signs somebody, I have no reason to reject it. I'm sorry. I don't. This upscale Sengoku. Okay? This upscales, believe it or not, This upscales the current top tiers as well. Listen, I'm not saying this isn't one of the craziest hockey feats ever. And I don't think there has ever been a clash or like an attack of hockey where it's like physically caused damage, right? Like if you want to say the Wi-Fi hockey was it for Shanks, sure, but like he's physically altering the environment. He's chopping the environment with his hockey, right? This is a little bit more deeper than the Wi-Fi hockey, in my opinion. Okay, but yeah, like I said, this would technically, in my opinion, this would upscale the current top tiers as well. I know some people are like, "Oh, well, we never seen any of the top tiers do that," and that's true. We haven't. But here's the thing. Okay. Gabon just flat out says, man, he couldn't go to Wano because of Kaido. Okay. Like he flat out says, like you're the like he meets Luffy in chapter 1139. He meets Luffy. He's like, hey, you're the one that took out Kaido. Man, I'd love to go to Wano again. It kind of does. By his own admission, the reason why he didn't go to Wano is because of Kaido, right? It's kind of what Green Bull was saying. Kaido was low-key kind of a deterrent for people just randomly pulling up to Wano. If Gabon's saying it, I have no reason to reject it. Does that make sense? Even though, see, I have all these chapters lined up. I'm ready. I was ready before. I'm ready for this chapter. So we've never seen Kaido, ever. We've never seen Kaido use hockey on this level before, okay? Never seen it, right? We've never seen his hockey like cause physical damage to the environment, right? So, we see it. Kaido, he's glazing. He's talking about, hockey transcends all, blah blah blah. Devil abilities aren't enough, whatever, blah 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 blah. Should have gotten a fucking awakening, you stupid ass lizard. But anyway, because only hockey can transcend all, right? So he goes, his big old destroyer of death, Thunder Bagua. Okay? Listen, I hate Kaido, but we have to call a spade, and listen, if Gabon is saying it, I have no reason to argue against it. The way I would spin this is that Gabon definitely is able to manipulate hockey better than Kaido can. That is a fact. He can manipulate hockey better than he can. Old Gabon can. But overall, Kaido's still stronger than him. Because of who? Say it louder. Hey, I'm not gonna front. Again, if this was if Gabon himself wasn't saying this, I wouldn't believe it. You know what I mean? If Gabon himself wasn't saying this, then maybe we could have a different argument. But Gabon is clearly saying he didn't go to Wano because of Kaido. So, even though Gabon can manipulate hockey on a better level than Kaido can, then this. But again, I still think this is upscale, and this is what I mean. It upscales the current generation top tiers because we have old Rayleigh. We have old Rayleigh, who also flat out just says, "Man, I can't fuck with Blackbeard right now, bro." He's like, I'd lose to this nigga. He just comes forward and is just like, I'll lose to him. I can't beat that guy, which is crazy. I can't remember what was the chapter. What chapter? Blackbeard at Amazon Lily chapter, right? I can't remember the exact number it was. What was that chapter? 1059? Oh, I was close. I hit 1058. Gabon also basically admits inferiority to Loki and by proxy Shanks, also Blackbeard through Rayleigh and Kaido, like you're saying. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, if these statements weren't present, then this would be an entirely different dialogue. I feel like if these statements weren't present, then we would be arguing, oh, Gabon and Rayleigh are actually way over these guys because of the hockey manipulation and all that, right? But Rayleigh himself, despite seemingly being able to manipulate hockey better than White Blackbeard, based on what we know currently. Based on what we know, Rayleigh can manipulate hockey better than Whitebeard. But Rayleigh flat out admits in a 1v1, he's not winning against him. He's not beating Yonko Blackbeard right now. Right? He's like, if it was his prime, maybe a different story. That's a hypothetical. But he says at his age, at his current age, there's no way he would have won. There's no way he would have beat Blackbeard right now. Right? So the way I see it, because I've seen some people saying that we're putting Gabon over like the current gen top tiers, and I don't agree. I think this upscales the Yonko. I think this is upscales the Admirals. I think it upscales Luffy as well. Because even though Gabon can manipulate his hockey better than Luffy currently at this moment, right? Like, Gabon just flat out tells him, bro, I'm injured, and I'm old. Get your shit together. You're Emperor of the Sea, bro. Don't get full of yourself, right? Just because you beat Kaido, don't be getting full of yourself, right? So he's just trying to snap Luffy back out of it, right? And he's trying to be like, yo, like, you know, you get, like, lock in. I think based off everything we know with this dialogue with Luffy and all that, not with Luffy, with Gabon talking to Emu specifically, I think he believes in Luffy. I think it's very apparent he believes in Luffy, right? Luffy's trying to get back up, right? This is still bad on Luffy's part, by the way. I think I talked about it in the last stream. We're over round. We're over round 1, all right? Whatever Luffy does next is round 2, all right? If you need someone to step in for you, especially when they're an injured old man, round 1 is over, guys. So, I think Luffy just needs to get his shit together. I think Luffy also, he needs to stop relying on people bailing him out. The fact that Gabon did this is so great. It's so great to me. Like, he tells Luffy, get your shit together. What the fuck is your problem? He tells Zoro, right? He tells Zoro, what the fuck you have Conqueror's Haki. And you're telling me you didn't know this entire time? Get your shit together. What the fuck is your problem? He tells Sanji, yeah, man, you have what it takes to be a conqueror, but you're a self-sabotaging ass nigga. Stop it. Get your shit together. Like, this is good. This is why I like Gabon way more now. I think I need to see Luffy get belt too. I think Gabon needing to throw the book at Luffy as well is great. Him specifically throwing the book at the Monster Trio is great. It's great. Really, really great. Because Luffy, as flat out told by Roger himself, will surpass them eventually. And by proxy, his crew has to be even stronger than that, right? So by the time Sanji and Zoro are in their primes, they're over Prime Rayleigh and Gabon. I don't think that's a controversial take. I don't think that's a controversial take at all. I think Rayleigh is over them. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, J-Lock. My apologies, brother. My apologies. This whole chapter is Gabon getting his shit off to both Luffy and Emu, and Luffy getting tossed aside like an abandoned toy. Exactly. This is a wake-up call. First of all, this is a wake-up call to Luffy FC, okay? To Luffy FC. I'm tired of seeing you niggas tell him like, oh, he's top 3 right now. Luffy, if he has a bunch of stamina, if he could beat anyone in the verse. Shut the fuck up. All right? This whole chapter was a wake-up call to you niggas, bro. He's not there yet. He's in the process of growth. No one's saying Luffy's weak. No one's saying Luffy isn't a top tier. But why are we pretending like he didn't have a shit ton of help against Kaido? Why are we pretending Kizaru didn't give him food, right? Why are we pretending that Luffy wasn't stress eating while Loki was fighting Emu 1v1? Stop it. Stop it, right? There's clear caveats with Luffy. And I'm glad Oda is bringing this to the forefront because it was getting very annoying. Always seeing my main character constantly needing help, constantly needing someone to stall for him, constantly needing food. Like, if he doesn't have access to food, that's how bad his scaling is for fights right now, right? If you can make an argument current Luffy, currently, as of chapter 1190, right? If you can make an argument for a character outlasting Luffy, Luffy automatically loses to them, right? Like, Kizaru outlasted Luffy. If this was like if back at Wano, right? If it was an honest match from start to finish, right? Where there was no outside interference whatsoever, yeah, Kaido would have won. Luffy was able to get people to help him multiple times. Again, I'm not saying Luffy isn't a top tier. If you need to hear me say it, right? Because so many Luffy fans don't know how to take fucking criticism, right? You took an L today, guys. You rep the main character. You are the white bread of agenda piece. You rep the main character. Luffy will bounce back. No one's saying he's gonna bounce back. He's the main fucking character. Okay? This is why I don't rep Straw Hats. Because they're destined to bounce back. And that's so boring. Luffy's gonna bounce back, guys. But pretending like he doesn't have a bunch of flaws and just gassing him up when he hasn't done shit, or everything he has done has a caveat to it, is lame. It's lame, and you guys gotta hold your L today. You've had to hold your L for the past 5 or 6 chapters now. It's great. It's great. I love it. Polar, we all know we all know we need a training arc, but how will we do it without the rest of the world leaving the Straw Hats in the dust? I don't know. It's kind of what at Oda's discretion right now. It's kind of at Oda's discretion. Maybe this will be the training arc. Because Sanji's fighting Killingham. Zoro's fighting fucking Somers. Maybe this will be their mini training arc specifically for the monster trio. Luffy in the process of healing himself. He's trying to get him back up right now. He's healing his wounds. It's taking a lot of focus to do that. Again, it shows growth. It shows growth for Luffy because he's not just magically doing this, right? It's not like a Wolverine healing factor where he just automatically does it. He's straining to heal himself right now. It's a good ability. But again, if you're fighting another top tier and they're able to give you so much damage to the point you can't move and you need someone to stall for you, it's a bad look on Luffy. This whole chapter is exposing Luffy's flaws, so I don't feel the need to sugarcoat it anymore. There's no need to sugarcoat it. It's okay to criticize the main character, guys. Luffy needed this belt. He needed this wake-up call. All right? But we clearly see the nuggets that Oda is sprinkling down. He's planting the seeds of Luffy's growth. So that's a good thing. But let's not pretend like Luffy is not shit right now when it comes to top tier fights. Let's not pretend. I'm not saying he can't box with top tiers. He is a top tier. But let's not pretend like Luffy doesn't always need some outside interference to bail him out from suffering a bad fate. Let's not do that. You're complaining that he didn't get stronger after one arc? Oh my god. No, I'm not complaining about that, guys. No, Slayer, I'm not complaining about that. All right? And I'm speaking to you in a respectful manner because I don't want to seem like I'm coming off rude to you. I literally made a short about it this past week, saying in terms of the grand hierarchy and the timeline of the story, Luffy has had Gear 5 for 2 or 3 weeks. All right? There were Luffy fans saying, oh, he's top 3 of all time right now. There were Luffy fans pretending like he doesn't need growth. The excuse from Luffy fans, die-hard rubber riders. That's what I mean when I say Luffy fans. I like Luffy. Luffy's in my top 10 favorite characters, right? But I'm not so blind. I don't have rose-colored glasses on to pretend like he doesn't need growth, right? Every Luffy fan's argument was, oh, well, Luffy will just beat his opponent before he gasses out. As we clearly see him do, right? He always does that. The only character that applies to is Rob Lucci, and Rob Lucci isn't on the same level as Luffy. When it comes to top tiers, hasn't done that. Didn't do that against Kaido. Didn't do that against Kizaru. Clearly hasn't done that against Emu. You know what I mean? So this isn't necessarily criticism that, oh, he hasn't gotten stronger after one arc. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. Some fans of Luffy were pretending like he's just this super duper uber powerful guy that doesn't need any growth anymore. That's not the point. Luffy needed this. He needed this wake up call from Gabon. And that's what Oda is clearly demonstrating with his character, lecturing Luffy. So again, I don't feel the need to sugarcoat it anymore, because the story itself is literally telling Luffy, get your shit together. Bro, how about give him more than 1 hour to actually get strong? Okay, Slayer, I don't know what I need to tell you, brother. I don't know what I need to tell you. As I said, Luffy hasn't had his awakening for that long. Luffy hasn't had his awakening for that long. Like, I'm not saying Luffy doesn't need to get strong. I don't know, man. I don't know where the confusion's at. I don't know where the confusion's at, brother. I really don't know where the confusion's at. I'm not saying Luffy's weak. I'm not saying he's not a top tier. Like, he needs to get stronger, obviously, because he's struggling against weak nerfed Emu right now. All right. Obviously, when he fights Emu and Emu is 100% fresh, it's gonna be a whole different fucking measure of power. Okay. Not saying that, but why are we pretending? If we go back to the last chapter, why are we pretending like Luffy was not trying to beat Emu's ass, bro? I'm not trying to hear this like, oh, he wasn't serious gimmick. I'm sorry, chapter before that, 1188. 1188. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit, bro. I'm not trying to hear this he wasn't serious gimmick bullshit. All right? He's literally angry and frustrated because he's not able to land his shots, right? He's trying. He's trying to hurt Emu right now, and he can't. He's like, wait, I was able to hit you before in base. Why can't I do that now in my strongest form? He's trying. To the point, like, he even resorts to a sneak attack with that stupid-ass genie. Okay? Okay? Like, Luffy's trying. Okay? He's trying. Again, this isn't about calling Luffy weak. It's not the point of this conversation. He just needed a wake-up call. All right? You just need a wake-up call. So, getting back into it, again, this is a lot of upscales for a lot of people with Gabon. Gabon's performance has raised the bar. Kind of like how Act 3 of Wano raised the bar of the story. This, in my opinion, has raised the bar once again. It has raised the bar once again. Okay? So, Gabon, he lands his attack. Emu, he blocks it, but it gives him a little bit of damage. Okay? Gabon, he's huffing and puffing, he's wheezing. Okay? And he lets off that same attack that he threw at Luffy at the beginning in 1131 or 1132 or no 1140. Sorry, 1140. Fuck, I'm getting my chapters mixed up. Sorry. Yachi Tekiru, and then Emu unleashes Honbami. Right. Again, crazy ability being able to just, I hit you once and I'm able to choose when to hit you again with that blade. Very nasty ability from Emu. Fucking Emu's blocking it. He's blocking it. Gabon's trying his best, right? He's trying his best. He's able to get some hits off. But at the end of the day, the goat got laid out. At the end of the day, the Mountain Eater got laid out. Unfortunately. The Mountain Eater got laid out, and Luffy's like, huh? Oh, man. So, my question for Luffy is, what's going to happen now? highly doubt it. I highly doubt Emu's just gonna let this shit slide. I highly doubt Emu's gonna let this shit slide. So my question is to Monkey D. Luffy, are you gonna let this shit slide? Because in my opinion, Emu's about to kill Gabon, right? Gabon has caused him enough trouble in this short amount of time. He's rage baited him. He's got a little bit of damage off. Also, we don't even know if he might heal from these wounds. We don't know. He might heal from these wounds or not. He is weakened because of the summoning or Loki or whatever. He did get some damage in, right? But is Emu done? Obviously, of course not. Of course, Emu's not done, right? So my question to Luffy is Gabon gonna make it out of this arc or not? Because in my opinion, Emu should kill Gabon right here. As a villain, not because I want him to kill Gabon. I don't want Gabon to die. But from a story perspective, Emu should kill Gabon. He should at least attempt to kill Gabon right here. He's lost the ability to fight. He got his arm cut off. He's bleeding out. He's already injured. He's tired. He's weakened. Gabon is done. He put on a great performance for 5 minutes and he got his ass beat. Emu's still here. So is Luffy going to drive out Emu or not? This is a question. I personally I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to sit here and lie, because if you go back and see my other past streams, I literally said I hope Oda is able to close the arc out without Luffy just suddenly being able to drive out Emu. I still stand by that, because I just think it would take away from Emu. But granted, that was before seeing him coughing up blood before taking any significant damage. So yeah, it's kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy. But I do think it's at least possible now for Luffy to do it. Will that actually happen? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see from what Oda actually shows us. Again, I personally would rather have it where Emu has to leave and Luffy just has to sit there and realize just how badly, he essentially fucked up or fumbled, and he just has to take Gabon's words to heart. That's what I would personally like. What that might translate to for Oda is a different story, entirely different story. Let me read some messages real quick. I got Verdicts and Zage in here. What's good, guys? How y'all doing? People told me Gabon wasn't dying. I think Gabon's dying. I feel like unless Luffy pulls up, or unless somehow Loki gets back up, Gabon should die here, in my opinion. Verdicts, you try to cause problem with that Gabon race shit. I think they're on the same level, guys. I think they're on the same level. I love you guys. That's fair, Kizaru. According to some people, losing an arm doesn't affect your strength, so I expect Gabon to... Yes. According to some people, losing an arm doesn't affect your strength, so I expect Gabon to get a full health next chapter. Hey, big facts. I'm just saying. That's a great point. Gabon should be just fine, bro. Hey, he could, just like Zoro, he could put one of his axes in his mouth, right? He still got one arm. I like that. I like that a lot, and that's a good one. The admirals are monsters, but people still don't get it. Loki versus 3 admirals, Loki is gonna die. I don't think anyone outside of Ibu was surviving 3 admirals. I'm gonna be real. That panel reminded me of Ishin stopped Aizen, smacked and lectured Ichigo in front of Aizen. No, it's facts. It's fact. This needed to happen. All right. I feel like a lot of Luffy fans are a little pretentious and thinking that they were never gonna get this slander ever happening to them because of Gear 5 and everything like that. But it's it's needed. All right. But again, you're rooting for the main character, guys. To all you rubber writers out there, you're rooting for the fucking main character. Who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck if you get a little bit of slander, right? You're rooting for the fucking main character. You have the safest bet in all of Agenda Piece, the most boring bet in all of Agenda Piece, because it's the main character. All right, you'll have your time in the sun again, but no one is safe from slander. And this, what makes this slander better is that this was narrative slander. This was narrative slander, right? The story is literally lecturing Luffy right now, so I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Right? There's no way to spin this shit. Like, the story itself is telling Luffy, get your shit together. So hey, that's not me. That's Oda, right? That's not me. That's Oda. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the story, guys. I didn't write it. Okay, real quick. I made a promise. I made a promise. Real quick, guys, because we still have stuff to talk about. But I do need. Well, actually, hold on. I made a promise. Special guest, real quick. Oh my god, special guest for y'all. Hold on. So there was a question that was brought up to me saying, like, what my community name was, like what you guys might want to be called. I don't really have a name for you guys. I just think that you're all cool people who would chill with me every other Sunday, and we just talk about One Piece. But someone demands that there be a name, so I'm gonna let them speak real quick.
Hi guys, I'm Polar's wife, and I think you guys should be called Stonies.
She really wanted to get that off for like the longest time. She wants you guys to be called the Stonies. Get yourself a supportive partner. That's a working title. The Stoners. Our tour. No, wait, hold on. Wait, where is he? where is he? I'm seeing his name. Where is he? Where is he? Like, where are you, Artur? Like, where are you, brother? Wait. The Stonies go hard. Oh, they're saying the Stonies go hard, sweetheart.
I knew it.
Y'all made her day. Y'all made her happy. Y'all made her day. I appreciate that, guys. Polar Stoners, what? Dr. Stone, Mrs. Stone. I love that. I told y'all I was married. but honestly, where's Artur, bro? Where is he? Where's that nigga, bro? That nigga hit me up on Twitter, by the way. Okay. The last thing I want to say, because like I just, again, for the sake of Agenda Piece, again, this upscales so many people, in my opinion. I'm seeing a lot of different takes left and right, but I think we can confidently say people from the old gen got upscaled because, again, if Gabon is doing this, Rayleigh can probably do something on this level, at least narratively, feats narrative, all that jazz, blah 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 blah. But I think it's a safe bet to say that they're on the same level. I think Garp is over them. Garp fought Roger numerous occasions. I think Whitebeard is over them. Whitebeard fought Roger on numerous occasions. Sengoku should be over them. Roger gave Sengoku the cosign. So I think Sengoku at least should be over Rayleigh and Gabon. So they all get upscaled. We see it with the current gen top tiers, right? Gabon himself, I wish I could go to Wano. Can't because of Kaido. This upscales them. Rayleigh out here being like, I wish I could actually fight Blackbeard, but I can't right now. I'm too weak. It upscales the current gen top tiers, right? Rayleigh out here wheezing against he was wheezing against Kizaru from 2 years ago, by the way. He was wheezing against him, huffing and puffing, literally saying, "I want to help the Straw Hats, but I can't get past Kizaru." All right, that kind of puts things in perspective, right? Kind of puts things in perspective just a little bit. Where's the where was it? Was it 512? I think it was. Yeah. So he's out here struggling against Kizaru right here, right? He's literally sweating his ass off, like he's huffing and puffing because he can't go to the Straw Hats, even though he wants to help them against Kuma, because he doesn't know Kuma's an ally. Kuma's a threat right now. Trying to go to it. Trying to go to it. Hold on. I'm just trying to prove a point that as to why this is a significant upscale for like basically everybody in the verse. Everyone who's a legitimate top tier is getting upscaled. Okay. Everyone who is a legitimate top tier is getting upscaled from this. Where is it? I know it's here. It has to be this chapter because Kuma's popping off right now. There it is. Yeah. Not Gabon. Rayleigh is out here wheezing against Kizaru, right? We know Kizaru can do more. I'm not gonna. I know some people like to be like, oh well, that means that Kizaru is on the same level as old Gabon. I'm not trying to hear that. We all know Gabon can not Gabon. Kizaru can do way more. We see that against Gear 5 Luffy. So he might be able to hang for a bit against the top tier. He's not winning a fight. This moment raises the bar, in my opinion. This raises the bar so much, in my opinion. So it's very interesting when it comes to scaling. Like, okay, if a character is at least on this level, they could do something maybe against a weakened Emu. But again, it's weakened. It's nerfed. It's not. This doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things because we know Emu's nerfed. So I've seen some people like really gassing up this Gabon. It's cool. This is still one of the craziest hockey feats in the story. Physically altering the environment with your lightning, I don't think has ever been really done before. This is a very cool moment. And I'm not trying to downplay or take away that from Gabon. But he's clearly old. He is also injured. And he's just out of his prime. He's out of his prime. He took a little bit of hits from Emu too during this match, and Emu was able to block it, as we clearly see. He's able to block it. It's still a good feat that some of the damage was able to get through. Very good feat. A very, very good feat. But again, I mean, Gabon's done. He put on a great display. He gave us a numerous upscales. But it's now again. The question is, what is Luffy gonna do here? What is Luffy gonna do, and how much longer can Emu last here? What does Emu being like nerfed right now? What does that do for Somers and Killingham? Is that gonna take away? Because he gave them some omen powers, bits of his omen powers. So does that take away from them? Are they going to get weakened in mid-match and then it might be an opening for Zoro and Sanji? I sure hope not. I really hope not. I hope they put belt to ass on Zoro and Sanji and that Zoro and Sanji are still able to overcome it. That's my biggest hope. I hope that this nerf from Emu does not result in something like that. But we gotta see. Whitebeard only had Odin one time when he fought the Roger Pirates. Every other time he was fighting by himself. Listen, man, this it is crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about that Whitebeard was like, he basically was rolling with a bunch of young pups and he was able to hold his ground against the Roger Pirates. What I think is even crazier though, is fucking Garp, bro. Garp essentially had nobody. Like he had fucking Bogart. He had Bogart, y'all. This man had Bogart and was holding it down against Roger, Rayleigh, and Gabon. Yo, put some respect on Garp, bro. This is actually a crazy feat. Crazy feat given the context. Unless Sengoku was rolling with him, which we clearly know he wasn't. We clearly know he wasn't. This is a crazy feat. Oh, what the heck? I don't know why that happened. Come on. Whatever. It's not. It doesn't want to show it to me. Yeah, this is kind of a little lower a little redraw from somebody. But you know what I'm trying to say? Roger had Rayleigh and Gabon with him, right? You know, Whitebeard had Odin, and that was basically it for like a year and some change. That's all he had. Then Marco and them had to step it up. But like that to me is crazy. That to me is crazy. That fucking Garp had nobody. As much as I want to upscale Bogard, as much as I want to upscale Bogard, I want to upscale him so bad, guys. I love the Bogard agenda. I love it so much. But I wasn't given anything during God's Valley. He was there at God's Valley. Did he do anything? No. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul, bro. It hurts my soul. All right? That's basically all Garp had was Bogard. If you mean to tell me that Bogard was out here boxing Gabon and Rayleigh at the same time, while Roger and Garp were duking it out, whatever, man. I'm not mad at it. I just the Bogard agenda can only last for so long. I love the Bogard agenda. I live for the Bogard agenda. But I can't front with y'all. I can't be a liar. I cannot be a liar. I needed to see something from him. If he at least clashed with Rayleigh and Gabon at God's Valley, I would have given him everything. I would have given him everything. But I need to see more. Rock said he'd be able to take Emu in one day. Yeah, Rock said a lot of things. Rock said a lot of things. Did it pan out the way he said so? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Garp was going 3v1 confirmed. That's what I'm saying. Unless we upscale Bogard. Garp was essentially 3v1, bro. They must have had some ungodly Marines on Garp's ship to make up the difference. There must have been some unsung heroes that we don't know in the Marines that were holding it down while Roger was fighting Garp. That's all I'm saying, man. Either Bogard is a 2v1 demon. There was some other people rolling with Garp every time him and Roger fought each other. Or Garp was fighting a 1v3. That's it. It's actually kind of cracked. This is what I mean though. This chapter, this is such an important chapter for Agenda Piece because it just blatantly upscales everybody. Everyone who is a relevant tier of power, right? Which is what I mean. The old gen top tiers, the current gen top tiers, everyone got upscaled because of Gabon popping off like this. Just a fact. Just a fact. And yeah, man. I mean, that's basically it. We just have to wait. We have to wait and see what our main character is gonna do. Is he going to keep lying on the fucking ground, or is Gabon dies, or what? No matter what, Gabon is the motivation right here. Gabon is the motivational key. So, no matter what, Gabon will serve a purpose. Either he will be saved by Luffy because he's motivated to protect Gabon, or Gabon will die and he will motivate Luffy because he couldn't protect this old man that saved his life. That's the thing. That's the thing. Do you think Luffy over Loki or not? That's a perfect way to end this stream. That is a perfect no. As of this current moment, Loki is over Luffy, right? Whatever happens in the future is the future. At this current moment, Loki is above Luffy. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it, guys. I'm not trying to hear it. Okay. We will get into it, and we will delve into this fully. We will delve into it fully, because I've seen some people try to clown Loki, right? As if it wasn't stated that Loki is injured from his wounds well, first of all, okay, here's the thing, right? People are saying, "Oh man, look at this Gabon, this old man, he outperformed Loki. He outperformed Loki, right? He's this injured man, guys. He's this injured dude." But like, what are we like? That's I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it, right? So you're saying that this is Gunko upscale, then, right? That's what people are saying essentially with this with that logic, that it's Gunko upscale. I'm trying to find it. Was it 49? Was it 1149? I can't find the chapter, but essentially it's with Gerd. It's with Gerd. Damn it, where is it? I'm like, hold on, guys. I'm trying to prove a point. Right here. It is with Gerd. Went back in the stream. I think that Wi-Fi hockey and Joy Boy not hockey are more psychological, whereas Gabon is showing physical force through hockey. I think that's entirely possible, bro. Rub-a-dub? I like that. Rub-a-dub. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Does someone know what was the chapter number? Holy shit! What the? Do you? Whoa, Shadow, brother. Thank you, brother. Well, fuck that. Thank you, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking for the chapter where Gerd is tending to Loki's wounds, and she says it will take months for him to heal. Does anyone know that chapter? Shadow with the $20. Thank you, brother. Do you think Domi Reversi makes your hockey stronger as much as one thinks besides physical stats? Wouldn't that contradict hockey equals your willpower in Domi Reversi? And in Domi Reversi, you serve your will to Emu, so base bet can do some semblance of a solo sky split. I think it is an overall boost. I think the thing with Domi Reversi, right, is that it's how do I put it? The thing with Domi Reversi is that it's this is likely like the Mukai or whatever Emu is using. Like whatever this is, it looks like a separate power system that it might be specifically just via Emu because of his literal devil fruit. I think we have to remember. That Emu is in his Zoan form. He's in his hybrid form, right? He has the devil fruit. We have not seen Emu's physical body like as a human or whatever race he might end up being. But I think this is all spawning from the devil fruit. I think it's like I think you're right, kind of in terms of like it's an override of someone's will, but it's like injecting them like with, I guess, with this own power of the devil fruit. So it's like kind of like an unstable increase in strength, because the covenant, you know, with the deep sea marks and all of that, with the Holy Knights, that's more of a stable increase, more of a complete increase. Domi Reversi seems to be like a temporary boost, which can be reversed, as we all know with Gunko, because Gunko was also possessed and she got Domi Reversi'd, and like we clearly see that she's like she's just a knight now, you know. So Domi Reversi can be undone. It's just like there's really no point in Emu undoing it. Does that make sense? There's no point in Emu doing it. 1143, Fatima, if you're right, you're the GOAT. 1143, hold on. Is Fatima cooking? Fatima cooking! Thank you, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you so much. So just to emphasize, right? People were saying, oh, well, Gabon got stabbed by Gunko. Like, he got shot by Gunko, and he's injured in all this blah, 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 right? So that means Gunko is over Shamrock, right? Gunko's over Shamrock, guys. You heard it from people who want to downplay Loki. Gunko is over Shamrock, because apparently getting hit by Gunko's attack is worse than getting hit by Shamrock. On top of also getting beat by Gunko while restrained, by the way. He was restrained, by the way. And what does Gerd say? Loki won't be fully healed for months. So from this whole time, we've seen Loki box with Emu. He has not been at 100% health. I'm sorry. To me personally, that is bad. That's bad for two main reasons. One, Luffy was stress eating. He was stress eating while Loki was fighting a 1v1. It doesn't matter how bad Loki was doing against Emu, right? It's not the point. The point is that Loki pulled up, injured, not at full health, and was still able to hold it down for multiple chapters. Meanwhile, Luffy is taking all that time while Loki's stalling to stress eat. And then he says he's at his peak of power. He's bursting with power. He can't imagine anyone beating him right now. He gets one punch off in base that Emu essentially just shrugs off and immediately counters, right? And then he can't do anything in his strongest form. He can't do anything with the strongest form. He can't even get a sneak attack in with his strongest form. To me, that speaks volumes because, again, weaken Loki, but also, again, as we clearly know with Harold, Loki has a hybrid form. We still have not seen the hybrid form. That is insane to think about. Harold and Loki are basically the same size in base, and Loki is towering over him, he's palming Harold's face. He's palming Harold's face, guys, with his hybrid form. Loki's hybrid, bro, I can't stress this enough. Loki's hybrid form is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Emu themselves was like, what the fuck was that? Emu himself was like, what the fuck was that? What do you mean? He's like, that was an elder giant with an immortal body, and he was boosted by my powers. What kind of monster was able to take him out? So I'm not trying to hear this shit no more, bro. All right? Loki is pretty blatantly shown to be nerfed. Blatantly, right? Blatantly shown to be nerfed. Meanwhile, Luffy had everything. He had prep. He had someone stalling for him. He had everything you can think of, right? In terms of being able to do a better performance than Loki, right? I'm not trying to hear that shit no more. As of this moment, currently, Luffy is over Loki. If in the next coming chapters, if Luffy somehow starts popping off, that's a different story. But as of the current chapter, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Oda has made it very apparent just how bad Loki is nerfed at the moment, right? Loki has taken multiple hits, omen explosions. He's gotten stabbed multiple times. He's clashed with Emu on 2 or 3 occasions. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Luffy is in the best condition he could possibly be in, and I think Loki put up a better performance. I think he put up a better performance by leaps and miles, while not being at full strength, and he still hasn't used his hybrid form. I'm sorry. As of this moment, Loki is clearing Luffy, because we still don't know what his best looks like. And we still don't know what the hybrid form can fully do. If people want to gas Kaido, right? If people want to gas Kaido and how powerful his hybrid form is and all the things he can do with his hybrid form, I think we have to give Loki the same kind of leeway. I think it's kind of unfair to be like, oh, a mythical Zoan's hybrid form doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of disingenuous. We have to give Loki that grace. Until we see his entire kit, we just don't know how strong he currently is at full power. We just don't know that. If you're willing to glaze Kaido and how powerful his hybrid form is, you have to give that same kind of a leeway to Loki. Otherwise, you're just being disingenuous. But yeah, that's essentially it. For this stream, guys, we're on break for 2 weeks because I think there's a holiday in Japan, and it kind of just lines up with it. So we're not getting a new chapter for 2 weeks. So it's gonna be a fat minute. Maybe we'll have a stream in the meantime before that, but definitely not a stream next week. I'm gonna be busy. But thank you so much, guys, for hanging on stream. Thank you so much for hearing my wife's request. Maybe you guys will be called the Stonies. Who knows? But you guys are awesome. I appreciate chilling with you guys. We're gonna have to wait for 2 weeks, unfortunately. Yeah, if keep supporting me, keep checking out my stream. Actually, do you guys like when I do my shorts? I'm gonna keep pumping out my shorts. I can do like mini versus battles. I can do stuff talking about just the latest things that we know with the chapter. Well, just let me know. Take a look at my shorts. Watch them if you want. Watch them if you don't. Whatever. But just I'm trying to keep branching out. Try to keep growing with the channel. But I always appreciate your support. Thank you everyone who's willing to donate. Every penny counts. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and please stay safe. Peace.